And thank you to the man that has been doing it. I don't know how many years he's been spinning records. You guys know him as, you just see he's adding up the years. You guys know him as DJ Marlin. I know him as my friend and gentle giant. Good morning, man.
Hey, good morning, Dr. Tonji. Yes, I was doing a bit of calculation.
Yeah. How many years has it been?
Do I really want to say? Let's just see. This year plus one.
Wow.
This year plus one.
How about that? I love that.
25.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I was counting. I swear to you, I was. 25 years. Yay! You don't look a day over 30, dude. So
I'm actually 23, so that's not even.
I love that. The Benjamin Button effect, of course, right? Wow. Thank you so much for what you do. I really do not take it lightly or for granted that you are here in studio with me. Thank you, sir. Oh, isn't he just awesome? All right. For those who want to know what this show is about, and this is your very first time tuning in, this show, it's about encouraging you. It's about motivating you. It's about making sure that you understand just how great you are. It's about making sure you know that you were divinely created with purpose, His purpose for your life. The foundation of this show is based on kingdom principles. And the kingdom principle, when you think about the words kingdom principle, I want you to think about the governing over a territory, impacting it with his will, his intent, producing a citizenship of people who reflect the king's culture, his nature, his values, and his morals. You do know what king I'm talking about, right? Of course you do, man. He is our king. See, the kingdom is a country where the citizens reflect the king's lifestyle, and we're the citizens that I'm talking about. When you think about a principle, I want you to think about the original intent of something. In this case, it's God's law, His rules of conducting your life. These principles have keys that unlock them, and boy, when you unlock a principle, you have access. Your unlocking it gives you access to what already is yours. What's ours, man? Seriously. Now, what can you expect from the show? Well, you can expect this HOS system that I put in place called honesty, openness, and sincerity. I started it back in 1995 when I launched my very first business. It is a heart, this show. You can expect a heart for you to grow with actionable goals, man, that you can literally use. It's for business empowerment for people who say, you know what, Dr. Tanji, I got a business in me. I know I do, and I'm going to do it this year. I'm going to launch myself into the deep. Then guess what? I got you. Because I've been there. I know exactly what you're doing. I do. It's about you being deployed into your purpose, His purpose for your life. Now, coming up, right after this really quick break, we're going to talk about this kingdom principle that I swear to you, it causes me to sweat. I am sweating as we speak. It's simply entitled, Use Your Time Wisely. Or as my mama would say from Mississippi, girl, you better use your time wisely. All right, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
To help you rediscover God's purpose for your life. And she does this by teaching you how to change your perspectives according to His original plan for you. If you are experiencing bouts of failure or an inability to do things right, she is here to assist you in ending those thoughts that can indeed lead to a depressing mindset. She calls you to emulate the processes a full-scale mind shift requires by replacing religious ideologies and traditions that oftentimes create a sense of struggle. Dr. Taji provides you with much-needed insight, encouragement, and motivation to not only assist you in rediscovering your dreams, but she systematically shows you how to no longer chase them, but how to manifest them. Dr. Tonji is the Caribbean's very own inspirational and motivational speaker, our life and spiritual coach, and someone who delivers hope, encourages our faith, and showcases that we must live a life that is.
Your grace and mercies brought me over. I swear to you, man, I am not paying attention this morning. And I really thought I was. Before we get started, can I just say good morning to Miss Irma Dickerson? Miss Dickerson, I love you. I really do. This lady, I swear to you, when I tell you a woman that is so full of faith, so full of grace, she exudes royalty to me. Really, 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 she does. And good morning, and thank you so much for stopping by. Of course, we've got Miss Laura Ann Robinson Spann. Good morning, Miss Laura Ann. How you doing? You see, I can't watch Facebook Live. I just get all over the place. But thank you so much to everyone who is in attendance. Deborah Ewan, you know I love you, lady. All right, here goes. Use your time wisely. Whew, I'm going to slow it down for a moment. How many times have you heard, you need to use your time wisely? Well, for me, this was spoken quite a bit in our home. See, I grew up in Columbus, Mississippi. I'm always talking about Mississippi. I love Mississippi. I do. See, my mama believed that she would say this as often as she could say this. She would remind my sister and I that time was so important. And using it wisely made all the difference for someone who wanted to do something and be something in life. And this is my mama, I kid you not. She held the belief that you really could do and be what and who you wanted because one, God created you and made you great. And then two, she'd give us this history lesson on the civil rights movement and those who came before us to enact change. You know, how they made things better for Mississippians. True story, I kid you not. So I want to highlight someone who used his time wisely. This man is known for doing something that wasn't really favorable in the times that I'm talking about. And there was a movement in our history in the United States called the Civil Rights Movement. And I know that everybody knows the story, right? You know, in the 50s, in the mid 50s to about 1968, a social movement took place. And this movement was to abolish legalized racial segregation, the discrimination and disenfranchisement of people, all right? Of certain people. However, prior to this amazing and exciting time in our nation's history, there was a man, his name was Senator Charles Sumner. He was from Massachusetts. And lo and behold, all right, I think I've lost something here. Okay, we're back. All right. So lo and behold, in 1870, I kid you not, he introduced this new civil rights bill, right? And it was to provide African Americans with equal access to public accommodations such as churches, theaters, trains, ships, jury boxes, and most definitely public schools. Follow me, I swear it's going to all tie in together. Unfortunately, the bill died in the committee in about 1870 and then again in 1871. So long story short, Senator Sumner's health began to fail. And as he was lying on his deathbed, his dying bed, and the story goes that anybody that would come and visit him, he would remind them by simply saying, please don't let my civil rights bill die. die. Fortunately, Dr. Sumner died on March the 11th, 1874. It wasn't until March of 1875, follow me, that the bill was passed. It was passed by the Senate and signed into law by the president, the then president, Ulysses S. Grant. The bill was declared unconstitutional. The Supreme Court struck it down, and it would be another 82 years. Another 82 years before another civil rights bill was introduced. What you saying, Doc? See, in this life, when you commit to what you truly, truly believe, and when you declare that your life will stand for affecting change so that the next generation does not have to start all over again, then you, my friend, are in this class of those who use their time wisely. See, time as defined by Merriam-Webster has several definitions, but the two that I really want to hone in on today for all intents and purposes is 1, a measured period, and then 2, a non-spatial continuum that is measured by events that happens in succession from past to present to future. But in accordance to our Constitution, the Bible, I swear to you, it's going to tie in. Time is illustrated by 2 Greek words. 1, chronos, and the other, kairos or kairos. See, chronos refers to sequential time as we think of it. But kairos or kairos, this is the right season or occasion or the appointed time. Follow me. So for today's kairos time, the time which we prayed for, cried for, believed for, planned for, some of us even begged for, we deploy ourselves into this time. See, this is the time where our long-awaited hope is coming to fruition. Our waiting on God for his set time in our lives has finally come. We must use it. We've got to use it wisely, and we will not squander it. All right? So when God allows his kairos time to finally interrupt your time, there are 2 keys that I really want you to hone in on and apply so that you'll see and experience the access, all right, that will lead to more abundance. Key number 1, wait on and in God. See, the word wait literally means to hope, to anticipate, to trust. See, we will lean into the teaching of walking by faith with this key. When we trust God's timing, all right, we can be reassured that God will use us by giving us his peace. And his peace, okay, it's going to provide rest, quietness, and stillness. And it's so unexplainable that you couldn't explain it if you tried. I know I have truly tried. Key number 2, this one right here, I want you to hone in on, because you gotta trust the process. See, in the kairos time, you'll witness your steps being ordered by God. In this time, you do not want to waste time by worrying or doubting. Sometimes what you're seeing or experiencing may not be as you thought it would be, but it doesn't mean that God is not with you. Doesn't mean that God hadn't ordered your steps. Doesn't mean that he hadn't worked it out for your good. See, you do understand that God's ways really are not our ways. They're not like ours. They're not. They're higher. They are. They're deeper. They're wider. They are. They're greater. And his set time is the right time for everything. I want you to remember Ecclesiastes 3. And this is the NIV version that I'm paraphrasing here. There is a time for everything. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to be silent and a time to speak. A time to tear down and a time to build up. And he goes on and on. So read that at your convenience, okay? When you're operating in this set time, trust whatever God is allowing for your good, because it really is for your good. Our Constitution in Jeremiah 29:11 reminds us that God knows the plans that He has for you, for me, for us, and I'm reminded and reassured that these plans really are to prosper us. They are. They're not to harm us. They're plans to give us hope and a future. I don't know about you, man. So in closing, please use your time wisely. It's not just a saying that sounds good. No, my friend, it's a command that beckons us to stay in the presence of our God. It requires us to denounce that what no longer works for us. Some things it just don't work in this Kairos moment. See, when we commit to His way of doing things, we're guaranteed that He got us. And that's the truth, Ruth. 450-5477 is the number that you can call to be, interactive with us in studio. Or if you're like my friend Maggie, you can use your thumbs and go to WhatsApp and engage with us at 758-5477. All right, man. He already knows what I'm going to do. Let me just start with you, please. I know you want to start somewhere else. When you hear a command, use your time wisely. What do you think?
Use my time wisely.
Yeah, man.
I'm thinking just don't waste time. Go ahead and do what it is that you have to do before it's too late. That's mostly what
I like that.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Am I using it wisely?
Yeah, man.
I'd like to think I am.
I know, right?
I'd like to think that I am, but I'm pretty sure there are times that I slack off.
Oh, for sure.
But
we all do.
We're all human.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We all do.
I'd like to think that I use my time wisely.
I would like to think that you do too.
Yes.
Thank you for your contributions.
You are welcome. Let's go to Maggie, as you said.
All right.
Good morning, Dr. Tanji. A fantastic Friday to you. Time is everything, and it seems these days time seems to be going by so quickly. Yet it is still 24 hours in a day. There is a time for everything under the sun, as God is a God of time. Using our time wisely is very important, as what we lost can't be regained. It is the most valuable thing in life. No beginning, no end. We have to make the most of our time as we can, because and always make more. It says, I think I have to read this again.
Yeah.
We have to make the most of our time, as we can always make more money, more of everything else, but time. The word says we must redeem our time as the days are shortened. We need to use our time and prioritize the things that are available and most important, of most importance. Use our time to focus on heavenly things that will last, and not things that are fleeting. We seem to focus plenty of time on things that are temporary, wasting time on hating, holding grudges, unforgiveness, malice, bitterness, worrying, and living in fear. It's not worth the short time that we have on earth. We're just passing through. The journey is short. Let's use our time to spread love, appreciation, kindness.
Oh,
have
wow.
a wonderful weekend.
Oh, wow. Man, you better know it. Thank you so much, Maggie. I thank you. Seriously, you take the words out of my mouth. You do. And to know that you do this, and it's just something, it's not just something that you talk about, that you literally put this into action every day. God bless you, and may He strengthen you to continue doing what you do so very well. 450-5477 is the number that you can call to reach us in studio. I'll run over here to Facebook Live and say, good morning, Miss Lisa Bush. If this is the same Lisa Bush that I went to school with, oh my gosh, what an amazing soul. What an amazing soul you are. Thank you for hanging out with us, man. She says, love you, sister. Thanks. I pray the blessings of God continue to overtake you. And I receive those blessings, lady, and right back at you. Thank you so very much. I do not take it lightly nor for granted. Hello to Mr. Ben Thompson. Good morning, sir. Thank you for hanging out with us. And preferably, we've said something to assist you as you go throughout your day. 450-5477 is the number in studio, or we are Facebook Living right now, and I am engaging. How about that? So I will take your contributions from the show, for the show from there as well. But, you know, this thing with time, I've got this soliloquy that I use, and I believe it, right? I've gone broke. I'll say this aloud. I've gone broke about 5 times. And I'm not talking about, you know, I'm down to $1.25 and, you know, just kind of waiting on the next big payday. Man, I'm talking about negative. I think at one time negative $4 million that we had lost because we were just serving people with our gifts and times and talent and not having the right paperwork to do that with the other insurance companies. And you're just spreading love, as my dear Maggie would say, and what I thought I was doing the right thing, right? Yeah, man. Try doing that and wanting to declare bankruptcy, and in the back of your mind you keep saying, but my God shall supply every need, but my God is not broke. And you're like, oh, but God, now what? And He does what He does so well. See, I know how to make $1, man, but I don't know how to make time. And when I waste it, I get beside myself. I really do. I mean, man, you talk about chastising, you know, the children. I chastise me for wasting time. And one of the things and the perils of wasting time I found was when I worried. Seriously, when I didn't sit down and to count the costs, when I doubted that, you know, God's done it before, but what if I have gone so far off the beaten path that He can't hear me? See, these are the lies that I was telling to myself, and it just perpetuated over and over the more time I wasted. What you saying, Doc? We cannot redeem time, only He can. But if you have 24 hours in this day, if you have the ability to breathe in and out, don't waste it. Don't squander it. There are times in your life when you literally are going to have to just make up your mind. You know what? This day, I'm going to reclaim my time. I'm not worrying about things and people that don't matter. Not saying people don't matter, but if it's not aligning to where I'm going, it don't matter. Do not worry. You can say, well, you can say that, Doc. I mean, this is done and that is done. No, man, I'm telling you, the more we give time to worrying, the further we are away from where we're supposed to be. I made up my mind. If I am going to trust Him, like I say I'm going to trust Him, like I say I trust Him, then me wasting time on insignificant things is not going to happen in my life anymore. And I fight for that. I fight for the right to know that in abundance He has done everything and done it so well. 450-5477, the last couple of minutes to get your thoughts out there. But no more wasting time, man. And I really do mean it. Lisa Bush says she has made up her mind. I know that, Uncle Rick. As my sister would say when she was a little girl, I tell you. But seriously, let's start this weekend. Let's start today. Let's plan our lives. Let's be so wild with our imaginations. And I'm not saying plan your life where just material things are, received or requested. No. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But, right? If you literally just sat down with pen and paper in a quiet place and just ask him, what do you want me to do with the rest of my life? What do you want me to do with this time that you're giving me? And then trust the process, right, of doing it. Become so purposefully busy doing that which you believe is your why that you won't have time for anything else. You won't have time to stop and worry. You won't have time, and I'm not saying you're a gossiper. Nope, that ain't what I'm saying. But you won't even have time for that. And when someone calls you up and wants to talk about, the affairs of others, you'll be so busy telling them the secret to reclaiming your time and using it wisely. How about that? I'm your girl, Dr. Tanya. You know how we do it. I love you. I really, really do. I want the absolute best for you because you deserve it. You do. Until next time, the Lord say the same, man, and the creek don't rise. Would you remember to be gentle with yourself? Would you remember to tell yourself, "Sir, I love you," and then act like you know it? All right, man. I'll see you Monday. Same time, same station. And thank you. Thank you for being the best part of this show. Mwah! I love you. Goodbye.